Hey everybody, I'm RickLee.
And this is TripleT, and here we're going to bring you something very special. We're actually having a versus video of a special game called Legend of Princess. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but we're actually a YouTube channel that specializes in different games and things like that, and this is our first versus video. We're going to try to see who can make it to the end of the game first. So Ricardo has a little bit more insight on that, like information where you can get this game if you're interested in it,
Yeah.
websites, things like that.
The Legend of Princess is inspired by The Legend of Zelda. The name of the producer that made the game is Kojak, and his website is kojak.org. So check it out when you guys get a chance. Here we go. All right, guys. Like we said before, we're having this little video playthrough to see who can make it to the end of the game first. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about this game, and we're also gonna be talking about Zelda, which this game is inspired by. So, if you guys already know, the name of this game is called Legend of Princess. And it's like it has Zelda-inspired themes. It doesn't really do any traditional Zelda things really, but it's definitely like the theme of the game is definitely inspired by Zelda when it comes to like the weapons and things like that, and even some of the enemies and things. So yeah. I want. So Tara, what did you think about the game when you played it?
Yeah, I don't traditionally like Zelda games. I know I probably get a lot of hate mail for that. I don't really care, but I don't really like Zelda that much, to be honest. Probably just because the games are kind of difficult for me. That's a personal thing. I've always had a challenge with these type of games. I always get stuck on a puzzle or something. But this game I particularly liked. Maybe it's just because it's easier. I mean, not necessarily. It still had a level of challenge, but the puzzle element was there, but it wasn't as difficult as in the Zelda games I've played. No, this isn't a Zelda game, as Ricardo said, but it's definitely has inspiration from it.
Yeah, it's weird because I mean, honestly, like I remember me and Tor was talking about this like a while ago. You know, I just realized that, and I'm a Zelda fan, folks. So please don't anything I say don't take it personal. I'm just a realist when it comes to games. I try to not be one-sided when it comes to games, even if it is a favorite game. Like my favorite game is Sonic, but I will criticize Sonic. I don't mind doing that.
So, hold on. I want Vimy to comment on this. You can see how like my character's like stuck in the ground. Like, it's one of the things I really wanted to, like, play. I was stuck for, like, 5 seconds. Like, I don't know what was wrong with the controls. I don't know if that was supposed to happen. My character had, like, I plunged my sword into the ground because there was, like, this hot spot. And I assumed that I was supposed to be able to break it, but instead I got stuck. I'm not sure if the game was supposed to do that. I don't know. But whatever. I was just curious. Oh, and I'm curious about these rubies. Like, I guess they put the rubies in the game because they're faithful to Zelda,
right?
But there's no significance to it. So you'll go through a lot of trouble getting to a treasure chest, and they'll give you like 500 rubies, but that's not really a reward in a game like this. I use no use for them.
Yeah, guys. Even in the real Zelda games, like honestly, like, come on, guys, let's be honest. You can collect as many rupees as you want in the real Zelda game, but you never really had too much of a reason to really use them. Honestly, like, really. You know, like the game, because most of your items you found in dungeons, and so you never really had no real reason to really use the rupees. So I never really fully understand why you even had them. But I mean, that's Nintendo chooses to do whatever.
Yep, they got more rubies right there.
More rupees.
I mean, it's such a useless reward, and I never really understood it until Ricardo used to say this about a lot of other games, like that it never really felt like when you're going through a quest of mystery and adventure. And you open up a box after going through this huge trial and you get something that you've gotten before. You know, rubies never really feel like a proper reward. You know, not to me. And especially not in this game since there's absolutely no use for them. Right. But that's my only, if I were to have a complaint, that is my only one. Like, this game was really enjoyable for me considering the fact that I don't really play Zelda games that often. You also notice that we'll be pausing a lot. That's unfortunate, but they kind of put the pause in like a really obscure place in the menu. Now, look. I mean, a really obscure place on the controller. They didn't put it like where the start button would be at. But nevertheless, this part I really want to comment on too. because I'm gonna have a whole lot of trouble on this part. And it's a little bit frustrating because we're both very. I know I'm very adamant. Like kind of like I was taking his time a little bit, but I'm very adamant about trying to win this race. And this part couldn't be more infuriating because I didn't know that it was kind of like a timed puzzle or some sort. So I don't know. I'll figure it out along the way, but you'll see. It's really infuriating.
Right.
I'm gonna be stuck in this area for quite some time.
Yeah.
But, it'll be entertaining to see.
Yeah, guys. I'll say this. Like, I kind of had a little unfair advantage because I have played the game before. I never beat the game. When I played this game, this is my first time even getting that close to even to beating the game. You know, so yes, I kind of had a little unfair advantage because I had a little bit of experience on that particular puzzle that he's having a hard time with right now. But yeah, this is a really good game. But yeah, like I was saying before, guys, I never got a chance to mention this, but what I was saying, one of the rewarding parts about this game, and one of the reasons why I understand he enjoyed this game so much is because honestly, this game was really action based. You know, so it was kind of like a in a way it was like a boss rush type of game. You know, so this game was heavily based on action. Now, like I said before, and some people might not agree with me, and I'm a Zelda fan, so I feel like I can say this. Is that I think Zelda games are just a giant glorified puzzle, you know. So I think Zelda games is like instead of being instead of being an adventure game, it's more so to me an adventure puzzle game, you know, because the action parts of Zelda the gameplay was never really emphasized around that, you know. I think Wind Waker had the best action, but none of these other games ever really focus on action too much as its core focus. So I think that's why he enjoyed the game a little bit more because it still had those puzzle elements and it had action. So the action made it for the puzzle, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I think the action was really solid. I like how the items were integrated into your move list. So it's not like it was a separate. I don't know how to explain it. Like the grappling hook, for instance. I'm happy I chose it because they actually gave you an option of a few different weapons. But the grappling hook, for instance, actually was quite resourceful because it kind of gave you a double jump. Because that's when the grappling hook activates on your second jump. I didn't understand that at first. So I kept on like having a hard time with it in the beginning because I thought it was supposed to be, I don't know, used or triggered by a particular button.
Right.
But it's actually triggered by your jumping, which I thought was really unique and actually works really well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, like I said before, guys, I guess we didn't really mention it at first, but when you start this game, they give you a choice of picking between picking different types of weapons, and so me and him picked two different ones. Both of us have a sword, of course, but you can pick two secondary weapons. You pick the boomerang and the grappling hook, and I picked the bow and arrow and the chicken. Everybody know what the chicken is from Zelda. I hope you know. But yeah, the chicken kind of gives me the option of kind of constantly floating, kind of like Kirby, when you keep tapping and jumping, you keep floating up. And it was still like a really unfair advantage, but honestly, it was very challenging because as soon as you press another button while you're holding the chicken, you'll throw the chicken. So you'll have to go and pick the chicken back up to even begin flying again. Eventually, if you don't pick the chicken up, he will disappear, or if you hit him or something like that, he will disappear. And then you didn't do it instantly, do it again. But yeah, it came with a little level of challenges.
Well, as you can see, I'm sorry, just to comment on another moment here, is that I'm still stuck in this area, and it's very infuriating. I've probably been here for, I don't know, about 5 minutes in the time run we're supposed to be doing. Now, I'm keeping in mind that this is a time trial, so I have no idea how far, Ricardo has gotten in this race. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I've wasted 8 minutes with this freaking boss. Like, I felt like I couldn't have chose a horrible enemy,
right.
a more horrible direction in the game, because it gave me a choice of 2 different paths. So I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Like, this boss is this enemy is so infuriating because it doesn't die. It just keeps taking your freaking rock, and you need the rock. It's just, oh my goodness, this part was really frustrating. But another thing that I want to point out, because I'm pretty sure you might have known by now, but Ricardo's videos is recording at a slower frame rate. but when he was actually playing the game, it wasn't actually at that speed. So it's not as though he had an unfair advantage. Here is something special's about to happen. I can't remember exactly what. Maybe it's not here, but it's something special is going to happen on my half of the screen in just a second. You'll see.
Yeah. So it's weird because honestly, looking at the two videos, I'm actually running behind. Tyrell. So,
are you really?
Yeah, I'm actually. You're ahead of me. So you must have been stuck in this part for a long time. Because I got to the part.
How did I get ahead of you?
I don't know, because at first I was ahead of you, but I think I kept on dying on on this one particular part. I can't really explain it, but yeah, you guys, please check this game out. It was really fun. Remember, Legend of Princess. Just to let you guys know again. But yeah, we also want to talk a little bit about Zelda too. Just Zelda as a whole, as a franchise. What are some of our expectations for the next Zelda game and things like that. And but honestly, I want to get Tyrell's opinion because like you guys know, Tyrell's not that big of a Zelda fan. So I want to know what my question for him is, what does Nintendo have to do to get him to even consider picking up the next Zelda game?
That's a good question. Yeah, I'd like to know too. I see you finally got to the part where I was at as well, pushing these freaking rocks. I really want you to see this part because it's probably been a good 8 minutes that I've been stuck on this part, and I'm trying my best to defend this rock against this monster, and this happens. You see what's going on? Like the hand shrinks.
What the heck is that?
Yeah, you haven't seen it because it wasn't supposed to happen. Some kind of glitch in the game, apparently. Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's a good thing. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go ahead and get the rock. But nope. Instead, my game crashes. So this is how the game repays me for all my hard work. So since I'm still in the course of the race, I went ahead and booted back up because I thought it would be unfair if I try to just do a reset, because I was like, nah. I mean that's a part of the time. Right. So I mean, I got set back. I gotta start over. It's unfortunate, but I just went ahead and just was like, whatever. I'm just going to try to be. I know more about the game now, so now now I can move a little easier around the stage, than I did before. I know it's ridiculous, but I thought it was a little crazy.
All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm RickLee,
and this is TripleT. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, because we will be sending much more video game footage your way. Thank you for watching. And goodbye.